Next very commonly asked question in an interview is, what are your weaknesses? Now here, many of the interviewees are perturbed. They don't know how to answer this question. If you do not know your weakness, think, what are the areas of improvement? Remember, we are only mortals. All of us have some weakness or area of improvement or other. Actually, if you list down your weaknesses first truthfully, then divide it into two parts. Something that can be told in an interview and something, even though it is truthful, do not divulge it. What can be divulged? First is you are short-tempered, emotional, unorganized, you trust others easily, with the result they take advantage of it, or your communication is an area of improvement, or you do not have sufficient persuasion ability. Now what you surely must not tell, even if it is truthful, is never tell you are lazy, you have a habit of drinking or smoking, you don't have ability to work for long hours in a sustained manner, you cannot get along with others, and you cannot work in the night. Now let's begin at the beginning. The first thing, if you are short-tempered, do you know that there are two methods of how to give the answers? In the first method, your weaknesses are portrayed as if they are strengths. So your strengths, it is portrayed as a weakness. That is one method. Second method is, you explain what is your weakness, sandwich it between two strengths, then give the short-term and the long-term measures to overcome the weaknesses. So you can choose something that is more suitable to you. Suppose we start addressing the question, you are a short-tempered person. But remember, short-temperedness in HR could be a distinct weakness. Short-tempered in a marketing could be a distinct weakness. You can't be rude with the customers. But the same short-temperedness on a shop floor could be a little advantage. So it all depends upon where you are working. Again, assuming that short-temperedness is a weakness, how would you go about it? Tell them that I am a very methodical and a systematic person. I do things very accurately, and when my subordinates or peers do not do it so correctly, I used to lose my temper. Or I can work for a very long hours of time, and whenever my subordinates are not ready to do it, I used to lose my temper. Second method is in 4 parts. Identify your weakness. So we have identified that your weakness is short-temperedness. Sandwich your weaknesses between two strengths. You can say that I am a very accurate person, a methodical person. Give short-term answers. One excellent way to do it is, remember DARE, D-A-R-E. D is for diet. If you don't eat oily foods, non-vegetarian foods, spicy foods, foods with lot of chilies, then automatically you will find that you are becoming calmer. A is for action. Instead of lolling around and having a lazy life, if you have a life full of action, surely action-oriented life, you can control your anger in a better way. R is for relaxation. Essentially, you must take a rest between 11 in the night and 5 o'clock in the morning. That means you should avoid to become a party animal. Do not, I repeat, do not stay in the nights for a long time. Take a rest. That is where the body gets excellent rest. And E is for exercise. Whatever is your method of exercising, whatever you love to do, put a track pant, sweat it out. It could be a long distance run, it could be a vigorous match of football, but you must sweat out so that all the toxics from the body go and you feel much calmer. Again, you could go for yoga, you could go for meditation, you could go for pranayam, You could go for an asana called Shavasana. That makes you calm. The second weakness which most of us have is emotionalness. Now remember, this could be an extremely distinct disadvantage if you are in HR. You cannot, you will be facing all the time some tension or other. How to control your emotionalness? One way to do it is make compartments between the office life and the private life. Do not carry the emotions, the stress of the office life to the home. Easier said than done. But then try your best and do not take the tensions from the family to the office. You should be like a butter in the water. The butter is in the water, but there is no water in the butter. Completely aloof. So in this way, it will be possible for you to overcome this weakness, that is the weakness of emotionalness.